Hello and welcome to the 50-cent tour of Friday, March 15th, 2013, the Ides of March, as Alex Jones poetically reminded us this morning, quoting some Shakespeare. Please find a seat on the Liberty Bus and we will begin our tour. The Disaster of Manufactured Consent in the Matrix. This is John Rappaport's blog this morning, March 15th, 2013. I wept a little as I read this. If you don't have very much time today to consider much of anything else news-wise, I would almost suggest just reading this. I almost wanted to just put this and nothing else on the tour today because this is, he just really hits the nail on the head. And the way he communicates this, people who aren't even awake but who are able to logically, rationally process information and who care about their lives and the lives of others might be able to grasp this because it's broad, sweeping, applies to all of us. And he does use the buzzword the Matrix, but it's really about psyops throughout history, not just recently, but how big, broad, sweeping, general ideas are used to manipulate people into serving certain agendas and becoming trapped there. So if you only have time for one thing today, please focus on John Rappaport's blog. That's my suggestion. But yesterday I may have seemed like I went overboard about my impressions of the Pope, stating things about the papacy and the priesthood. I wanted to give a little bit of background as to why I hold some of the positions that I hold. And concessions that changed the world. Pope Innocent and King John had an altercation. It ended but with the Pope excommunicating King John and led to King John conceding to the Pope that he was wrong. Read the full text of John's concession, which is found here. John did offer and freely concede to God and his holy apostles Peter and Paul and to our mother, the Holy Roman Church. Jesus wasn't Roman, my friends. And to our Lord Pope Innocent and to his Catholic successors, the whole kingdom of England and the whole kingdom of Ireland, with all their rights and appurtenances. If you have ever looked at real estate law, you know what appurtenances are. Basically, everything that's attached. Everything that's attached to England and Ireland would be all of the people who live there, would be all of the lands they colonized and all of the people who lived on all of the lands they colonized. And by extension, virtually the whole world. So, and this, it's his Catholic successors. This is an indefinite period of time. You could say that it goes forward into infinity as long as there are successors to Pope Innocent. That's where we are now, and the result of this was that the English lordship demanded a change to that, and that's how they got the Magna Carta. But Pope Innocent III annulled the Magna Carta. So this struggle very much has to do with who we are today and the claim that by the Vatican and by others that they hold the world and all its resources in trust. And that's the idea behind One People's Public Trust. And I'm going to speak very plainly and tell you that I have not joined this. Neither have I joined Divine Providence, which makes a lot of sense, but there's still this idea that, well, I think One People's Public Trust diminishes this to some extent. But with Divine Providence, there's still this idea that it's appropriate for the world and everything associated with the world, all the appurtenances, to be held in trust. And Divine Providence, you know, we're the living man, we're the beneficiary of the trust. We step up and receive, we receive the world and all its appurtenances. But there's something about this, where does the right flow from? God is the one who, God entrusted the earth to Adam. Adam and his descendants are the rightful trustees. So this has nothing to do with man's law. This has only to do with God's law. This is, the way I see it, it's outside of trust law. But that's just me. I am not the smartest person in the world, and a lot of people who are a lot smarter than I am really believe that Divine Providence is the solution to this issue of the Pope and others claiming to hold the earth in trust. Here's, you know, there have been many things that seem like open doors through which we might escape from the tyranny of those who have been holding these trusts. There have been American groups, RUSA, Republic for the United States, TUSA, the United States of America, other groups. This is one that was posted on InfoWars. However, Alex today said that he is not signing on with a group. And I think that the wisdom in that I'm not signing on with a group is established or evidenced by what John Rappaport has written in this blog. So I hope that you have a pleasant weekend. If you have some time to reflect on your own value, that's my suggestion. My suggestion is that you reflect on the fact that you are a person, you have value, you have wisdom, you have gifts, you have abilities, and that you only need to become absorbed by the Borg if that is your wish. And it may not be a conscious choice. I hope that for you it will be a conscious choice. And I hope that you will choose to be an individual and not a member of the Borg. She who will walk in the dark is glad of your company, hopes that you receive blessing. The dawn is coming, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. I hope that you find yourselves among people who love you and who you are able to love. I hope that you will insist on liberty, and take care.